Well, firstly, we are exploring the appetite for investment from people in London to participate in equity in the project. We have the hotel equity that is available. We have equity available in the mall, the shopping mall itself. And we have other funding or potential funding mechanisms that can apply to this development. By South African standards, as you probably know, it's a very, I wouldn't say expensive, but certainly high capital intensive investment. So, and it is the beginning of many similar investments by the Edison Power Group and Ducatus. The two main shareholders are Vivian Reddy from the Edison Group, the Edison Property Group, and Rob Alexander from the Ducatus Property Group. And it's the beginning of, I think, many other ventures to come. So I think if we can attract investment potential, funding potential, it enables us to also proliferate our development potential within the country. So I think that's perhaps in a nutshell what our objective is here in London.
And what has the appetite been for the investment?
So far, very good, because I think the visit of the new president recently into London has certainly injected a greater optimism in South Africa and has highlighted perhaps the greater potential that exists for investment in South Africa. It's a different political climate now, and I think that has been demonstrated through his visit. And commensurate with that, I can see that the appetite here is beginning to increase. The confidence in South Africa as an investment destination is beginning to increase, and that certainly augurs well for this delegation, the Invest Durban delegation. And I think there's no prizes for guessing that while South Africa in its totality represents a good destination for investment, Durban has a particular advantage, especially in terms of its weather and in terms of the fact that Durban is a maritime city. It's the motor city for Toyota. So it has many distinguishing factors that sets it apart from the rest of the country. And I believe that augurs well for Durban probably being one of the most preferred destinations for investment in South Africa.
So have you clinched any deals, or is it still an exploratory phase?
Well, I think our kind of investment potential doesn't happen in a day, obviously. But I think we've succeeded in creating the appetite and convincing people that there lies a great potential for investment and return on investment. And it's a process that has been started now by the interaction with the people here. And certainly from the people that we've met so far, there's going to be the next stage of interaction, and hopefully the relationship will develop to a point where there will be investment in our country, in Durban, as well as a combination perhaps of capital injection through whatever form, whether it's equity or whether it's loan capital or it's providing funding, which I think is what is needed in terms of developing the kind of projects and the infrastructure projects that Durban is envisaging at the moment. And of course, as you know, in terms of the hard currency, the pound sterling, I mean, the monies that we're talking about, it may sound a lot in South Africa, which indeed it is. In British terms, it is pretty low in their kind of investment regime.
Can you mention what the return on investment is likely to be?
Well, I mean, in terms of the property sector, at the moment, if you take just the Oceans as a barometer, we started selling about a year ago the residential component and the apartments in the residence at around 50,000 rands a square meter. And a year later, and which is about a year and a half before completion, we are now selling at around 62,000 rands a square meter. and it's almost sold out. So which means just in a period of 1 year when it didn't even come off the ground, we had an appreciation of probably 12 to 15%.